Hello, you beautiful and handsome people, and welcome back again. Today, we are going to look at the story of Haman and Mordecai. In the series that is continuing, the people in the Bible just being typical human beings. These two people share an enmity so deep that I don't think most of us understand. If you have an enemy out there, you do know how it feels like. You do know how it feels like to hate a person with your whole being. To make the matters worse, is that these two people, one was in power, the other one was not. One feared God, the other did not. So there is a confidence that came with these two people. These two men had a confidence, a very strong confidence, a very strong conviction about their positions. And in this story, we are still going to see other stories that we'll learn from it because it's not only about them being typical human beings. Um, Back then, as Esther became the queen, her uncle did not join the royal household like it is norm. He decided to stay out with the other Jews. And then there was this man, the prime minister, I think the second highest ranking person in the kingdom other than the king. And he he came to that position and he had so much pride, so much pride that he contemplated that everywhere he goes, people should bow down to him. I mean, it should be natural. I think the king, when he passed, the people. I'm sure we have all seen the royal family of the Buckingham Palace, the Windsor Mountbattens. Every time the queen passes over, or the king passes over someone, passes along someone, you have to bow for a man and you have to curtsy for a lady. That's what Mordecai wanted. That is what Haman wanted. Sorry. He wanted people to have the same respect, the same reverence they had towards the king. Because it is norm when a king or a queen passes by you, you have to bow. If you're a man, you have to curtsy for a lady. It is not just a simple thing, it is an honor, it is a denotion of importance. It shows you that you are above. You're you're above that a person and man like yourself can bow, recognizing authority, recognizing power. And Haman wanted that so much. Haman wanted that so much. And it came a time he gave a decree that as the prime minister, the second highest ranking official in the kingdom, this you'll find all this in the book of Esther. He should have people bow down to him. And people usually did. And then there was this man. This man had the confidence of the living God. He had the confidence of prayer. His name was Mordecai. One day, as he was passing by, actually, not even one day, every time he used to pass by Mordecai, Mordecai would not bow down. Everyone else would, but not Mordecai. But there was nothing that Haman could do because the decree is only that the king is the only person you're supposed to bow to. You get it? As in, nobody else should be bowed down to. So he could not take this matter to the king. So, as a typical human being, he went to his group of friends. His group of friends that included his wife. After some time, the group of friends, the wife included, they made out a plan that they should make something, a pole, to hang Mordecai on, to kill him, to be done with him. But things things did not go as he planned. Mordecai, being a man who is so humble, being a man that is righteous, had saved the king, and those records were kept and sealed. One day the king wakes up in the middle of the night. He does not wake up. He cannot find sleep, and he asks for the books of the occurrences that happen in the kingdom. And he sees that there was a man who helped in saving his life, but he was never rewarded. Then God decides to play like himself. God being God, he makes the king. I can't pronounce the name of the king, so it's Xerxes. So bear with me. The king asks Haman the next day, "What do you think should be done to a person that has saved the queen, that finds favor with the king?" Haman, being a typical human being, he says, "It must be me." In his heart, he says, "It must be me. It has to be me." I mean, who else would the king be talking about? I mean, I'm the second in command, so it must be me. He says, "Put on some robes, the finest that the king has already worn, his rings, his horse, his everything, and be taken around town, around the kingdom, with a proclamation, Jesus, proclamation that this is the man that has found favor with the king." Who's God? The king says, "I want you to do that to Mordecai. He saved my life once. You have to do that." Now, shame piles and anger, and there is nothing Haman can do. He can never defy an order from the king. He goes around the kingdom proclaiming that this is the man that has found favor with the king. This is the man that has found favor with the king. Remember, he hates this man with every fiber of his being. He hates him just so much. There is so much hatred, so much. But he has to do it. He has to do it or he be beheaded. It's the order from the king. It's either you do it or you do it. He goes back to his family, his friends, and they know how much he has been humiliated by going around the kingdom praising Mordecai against his wishes. So the family consoles him and tell him, "Man, this is what you know you have to do. Ask the king to let you kill every Jew because of this one man. Every Jew has to die. They just have to die. Because if this man can raise against you, this man can be honored in your stead, they all have to die." Fast forward, Esther, the last time we talked about Esther and how she prayed and how she was accepted into the king's house, and she asked to make dinner and all that. Fast forward, Haman shows up, and is shocked. He's shocked, not shocked, sorry. He's invited, he eats with the king, and then Esther decides to drop the bombshell. "My lord, Know the Jews that you have signed the proclamation to be killed. I am one of them. And this man, his name Haman, has decided to kill all of us, to kill me, your wife. He's killing all of us. And the king is so angry. It is said in the Bible that the king, wherever the king was seated at the head of the table, and the next person, the table arrangement, if it's like this, if this is where the king had sat, on his right, where it's seated your most honored of guests, that's where the wife sat, and the next seat belongs to Haman. Haman being there started, hey, Esther, come on, stop. And the king saw that. So he was not only, the king being a typical human, decided, this man does not only want to kill my wife, he wants to take my wife for himself. Anger bubbled in the king. And the very, very place that he had set up for for Mordecai to be killed, that is the place that he died. His family, his friends, everyone that conspired against the Jews, that's how they died. People just, so the the feeling that you have, that hatred, it's already been felt. And believe you me, I have felt it too. And it's destructive. The feeling of anger, the feeling of hatred is destructive. I have felt angry so much in my life that it it has hindered so many things. I want to tell you tonight. I want to tell you, sorry. I want to tell you today, please don't carry grudges with you. Don't carry grudges with you. Don't exalt yourself. It says that humble yourself before the Lord. Humble yourself before man. You will be exalted by both God and man. All you have to do is humble yourself. Just humble yourself. Had Haman humbled himself to not want to be recognized, I don't even think the king would have asked him to take around Mordecai praising him. He would have asked some other official to do that duty. But because he wanted to humble himself, he wanted to exalt himself to that level of kingship. That is what happened to him. He became a typical human being, being drawn by desires of the flesh, that at long last he lost his life. He lost his family. His entire generation was cut off from that moment. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. And in due time, you will be exalted by both man and God. Humble yourself, you'll find favor with God. You'll find favor with man. Humble yourself, you'll find joy and peace even in the life that you live. Do not carry with you grudges. They are destructive. Do not. I hope you have enjoyed today's part of the series, and I am hopeful and I am grateful for your continued support. I have never lacked at least 10 views in all my videos, and I am truly grateful for everyone that has viewed, for everyone who leaves a like, for everyone who subscribes, rings the notification bell, and for everyone who has shared this content. I am truly grateful. How I pray that you never lack bundles or Wi-Fi to watch this content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and like and subscribe and share, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Have a beautiful day, the rest of the day, and see you on Monday. Have a blessed time.